New Year's doesn't just change the date. It feels like standing in a doorway. Behind you is everything you've already lived through, and ahead is a chapter you haven't stepped into yet. There's a moment when life gets honest, not through goals or resolutions, but through what quietly grabs your attention for no logical reason. That first pull can reveal what you're ready for in love. Here's the test. On the screen are 4 options: A, B, C, and D. No labels, no right choice. Just pick the one your eyes go back to first, then stick with it. Next, I'll tell you what your choice says about the relationship dynamic and the kind of partner you're moving toward in 2026. If you chose the sword, something in you is ready for clear, grown-up love. If you chose the sword, you chose the archetype of clarity. A sword isn't aggression, and it's not coldness. It's a boundary that protects your heart from confusion. It's that quiet inner voice that says, I need real connection. I need consistency. I'm done guessing. This archetype shows up when your nervous system is tired. Tired of waiting. Tired of overthinking. Tired of relationships that are half and half. He shows up, then disappears. Warmth, then silence. Promises, then nothing. And you don't choose the sword because you want to control anyone. You choose it because you don't want to lose yourself in silence anymore. The sword is about mature closeness, the kind where you don't have to earn a reply, where you don't have to be low maintenance just to keep someone around, where love isn't a big speech, it's presence. In 2026, the partnership energy you're growing into is clarity and adult-level connection. You're less drawn to mixed signals, and more drawn to love where words and actions actually match. You may feel pulled toward a partner who stays connected and doesn't vanish when his mood changes. He doesn't need to be perfect. He doesn't need to be extra romantic. But he will have one thing that genuinely heals you: consistency. And no, consistency isn't boring. Consistency is peace. It's not living inside, what did I do wrong? It's not working overtime just to get basic reassurance. It's someone being able to say it plainly. You matter to me. Being ignored isn't just he didn't text back. Being ignored is being left alone with uncertainty. And your mind does what it's always done to survive. It tries to explain it. And way too often, it turns on you. Maybe I said too much. Maybe I asked for too much. Maybe I'm not interesting enough. Maybe I'm not worth the effort. That's where the real pain starts. He goes quiet, and you start talking yourself down. Be patient. Don't make it a thing. Don't scare him off. You want something simple and human. And then you feel guilty for wanting it. But sword energy says this gently, clearly. Needing connection is normal. Wanting consistency is normal. Wanting clarity is normal. Now picture this. You've had a hard day. Not a dramatic movie kind of hard day, just real life. The kind where you're holding it together on the outside. But on the inside, you're done. You don't want to be the strong one. You don't want to perform. You just want someone to be there. So you pick up your phone and you send one simple message. I'm having a hard day. Can you just be with me for a minute? And then there are 2 worlds. The first one is the old world. You send it, and you wait. A minute, 10 minutes, an hour, nothing. And instead of getting angry, you start blaming yourself. Maybe I'm annoying. Maybe I'm too much. Maybe he doesn't really need me in his life. Then the reply finally comes. Sorry, just saw this. And on paper, it sounds harmless. But inside, you already carried it alone. You already swallowed it. You already told yourself not to need anything. The second world is the new one. It's simple. No big performance, no dramatic speech. Just this. I'm here. Tell me how I can support you. No games, no silence, just presence. And in that moment, you realize something. You don't need a lot. You don't need perfect words. You don't need a rescue hero. You just need not to be left alone in the hard moments. If you felt your throat tighten reading that, that's not weakness. That's recognition. That's your body remembering how many times you handled it alone. The sword isn't about becoming cold. It's about becoming honest with yourself. Because if someone can lose you through silence, then they weren't really holding you in the first place. And in 2026, your inner work is simple. Hard, but simple. Stop loving for two. Stop living on maybe. Stop staying where the relationship mostly exists in your head. The partner aligned with the sword is someone who can handle simple, human clarity. He won't treat your question like an attack. He won't treat your boundary like drama. He won't label your need for connection as clingy. And most importantly, you start choosing yourself sooner, before you disappear on the inside, before it hurts so badly that you can't ignore the truth anymore. You take your power back. You give yourself permission to want what you actually want. If you chose the sword, in 2026 you're ready for love where words and actions match, where you don't have to fight for attention, where you don't have to prove your value. You'll recognize that kind of love in your body. Breathing gets easier. Your chest relaxes. You stop checking your phone like it's a heartbeat monitor. And if someone tries to love you through disappearing acts again, the sword will remind you. You don't have to stay where you're made invisible. If you chose the lantern, you're not craving chaos in 2026. You're craving peace you can actually trust. If you chose the lantern, you chose the archetype of warmth and emotional safety. Not the kind of love that drains you, not the kind of love you have to earn, the kind of love that feels like a steady light, soft, consistent, real. This archetype shows up when you're tired of being the strong one for everyone, when you're the one who holds it down, figures it out, keeps things moving, and deep down, you're like, I don't want to carry the relationship too. I don't want to be the planner, the therapist, and the emotional manager all at once. Because there's a kind of tired no one really talks about. Not, I had a long day, tired. The kind of tired that comes from feeling like you can't have needs. Like you can't fall apart for a minute without it turning into a problem you now have to fix. In 2026, you're getting ready for something simple and powerful. Mutual support. A relationship where warmth is normal, where care isn't a special occasion, where love isn't when he feels like it. It's how he shows up. You may feel drawn to a partner who makes your nervous system exhale. Not because he's perfect, but because he's steady. He doesn't treat your feelings like an inconvenience. He doesn't act like your emotions are too much. He doesn't need you to be cheerful, easy, and okay all the time. Lantern love is not save me. Lantern love is stay with me. It's not grand gestures. It's being held in the ordinary moments. Now picture a regular evening. You walk in the door, you drop your bag, and your shoulders just sink. Maybe you're standing at the kitchen counter, staring at the mess, thinking, I can't do one more thing today. You're not cute tired. You're real tired, and you don't have the energy to perform. So you say it out loud, I'm exhausted. In your old pattern, you might have immediately tried to smooth it over. You'd laugh it off. You'd say it's fine even when it's not. You'd switch into caretaker mode and start asking about his day. So you don't bring the mood down. You'd carry your own weight. And then manage his comfort too. Lantern energy is different. You say, I'm exhausted. And instead of getting fixed, you get heard. Instead of advice you didn't ask for, you get presence. Instead of distance, you get closeness. Sometimes it's as simple as, come here, I've got you. Sit down, I'll handle dinner. Or, tell me what would feel supportive right now. And it can hit you right in the chest. Because you realize something. Love doesn't have to be a test. You don't have to prove you're lovable by being easy. You don't have to earn tenderness by being perfect. Here's a truth that's still hard for a lot of women to say out loud. You can be independent and still want to be cared for. You can be capable and still want softness. That doesn't make you needy. That makes you human. But the lantern has a shadow too. When you're tired, peace can start to look like anything that doesn't challenge you. And you might settle for emotional distance just because it's quiet, polite, stable, but not warm. Lantern love isn't just calm, it's caring. It's someone who notices you, someone who stays emotionally present instead of checking out, someone who doesn't make you feel like you have to shrink to keep the relationship running. So in 2026, your growth sounds like this. I'm learning to stop carrying what should be shared. I'm learning to let support in without guilt. I'm learning to choose the kind of love that doesn't cost me my nervous system. If you chose the lantern, you're ready for a love where warmth is the baseline, where support is mutual, where you can breathe, soften, and finally let your shoulders drop. And you'll recognize it in your body. Less tension, less bracing, less pushing through, more quiet safety, more, I can be myself here. Because the right kind of love doesn't demand you stay strong. It gives you somewhere to rest. If you chose the man with the paintbrush, you're not craving perfect love in 2026. You're craving a love that makes you feel alive again. That choice points to the creator archetype of emotional aliveness. Not the kind of love that dulls you. Not the kind you have to shrink for. The kind that brings you back to yourself. Soft, magnetic, real. This archetype shows up when you've been functioning for too long. When you've been the responsible one. The practical one. The one who keeps things moving. And deep down, you're like, I don't want a relationship that's just schedules and survival. I want warmth. I want desire. I want to feel like I'm living, not just managing. Because there's a kind of numb no one really talks about. Not, I'm bored, numb. The numb that comes from always being in control, always being composed, always being okay. Until one day you realize, I don't even know what I want anymore. In 2026, you're getting ready for something simple and powerful. Emotional color. A relationship that has tenderness and spark, where affection isn't awkward, where your feelings don't get treated like a problem, where you don't have to perform to be chosen. Creator love feels like a partner who makes your inner world expand. Not because he's flashy, but because he's present. He notices you. He's curious about you. He doesn't just ask, how was your day? He asks, how are you? Really. This kind of love is not save me. It's let's build something beautiful. Not a fantasy, not a performance, a shared life that still feels like you. Now picture a regular evening. No big date, no perfect mood, just you. Tired, standing in the kitchen, feeling that quiet distance inside. Maybe you're thinking, I miss myself. I miss the version of me that used to feel excited. But I don't know how to get her back. In your old pattern, you'd push through. You'd act fine. You'd stay pleasant. You'd keep your needs small so nothing gets too much. You'd tell yourself to be grateful, not dramatic, not sensitive. Creator energy is different. You can say it out loud. I feel disconnected from myself lately. And instead of being fixed, you get met. Instead of advice, you get presence. Instead of distance, you get closeness. Sometimes it's as simple as, come here. Let's take a walk. Tell me what you miss. Or, what would feel like you again? Just 10%. Or, let's do one small real thing tonight. Music, a shower, tea, no pressure. And it can hit you right in the chest, because you realize something. Love doesn't have to be a routine. It doesn't have to be just, we're fine. It can be a place where you come back to life. Here's the truth. You can be strong and still want romance. You can be capable and still want to be cared for in a way that feels warm and alive. That doesn't make you needy. That makes you human. But the creator has a shadow too. When you've been numb, intensity can start to look like love. Chemistry can start to feel like safety. And you might tolerate inconsistency just because the highs are high. Creator love isn't chaos. It's spark plus steadiness. It's someone who doesn't disappear after the moment. Someone who doesn't turn connection into a chase. Someone who can hold you gently without turning you into a project. So in 2026, your growth sounds like this. I'm learning to choose aliveness that doesn't cost me my peace. I'm learning to want more without abandoning myself. I'm learning to recognize the difference between inspiration and instability. You'll be ready for a love where emotional color is the baseline, where desire doesn't come with anxiety, where romance isn't a bait and switch, where you can laugh, soften, and feel like you again. And you'll recognize it in your body. Less bracing, less waiting, less second guessing, more warmth, more openness, more I can be myself here. Comment C. And one word, what do you want back in 2026? Lightness, desire, or inspiration? Option D is the compass archetype. Expansion, forward movement, freedom with boundaries. Not the kind of love that traps you. Not the kind of love that demands you abandon yourself. The kind of love that makes life feel wider, clear, free, real. This archetype shows up when you're done repeating the same story. When you've outgrown old dynamics, old versions of yourself, old compromises that slowly made you shrink. And deep down, you're like, I don't want to negotiate my dreams down to something reasonable. I don't want to stay in a relationship that feels safe but stagnant. I don't want to keep choosing stability if it costs me my growth. I want a partner who can move with me, not ahead of me, not against me, with me. Because there's a kind of restlessness no one really talks about. Not, I need a vacation restlessness. The kind that comes from living out of alignment. When your life looks fine from the outside, but inside, something keeps whispering, this isn't it. In 2026, you're getting ready for something powerful. Growth with boundaries, freedom with respect, a relationship where your independence isn't punished, where you don't have to beg for space, because space is already honored. You may feel drawn to a partner who pulls you forward, not with pressure, with direction. He has vision. He makes decisions. He follows through. He doesn't just talk about someday. He creates movement, calmly, consistently. And the best part? You don't feel like you're being taken over. You feel included, considered, respected. Compass love is not complete me. Compass love is let's build a bigger life, not just romance, a shared direction. Now picture a normal week. You're busy. You're doing your thing. You have your goals, your friends, your energy. And the difference is, you're not being punished for it. In your old pattern, your independence might have started fights, or silent treatments, or little comments that made you feel guilty for needing space. So you'd over-explain. You'd soften your boundaries. You'd shrink your world so the relationship could feel secure. Option D energy is different. You say, I need a night to reset. I need a little space to think. I need time for my goals. And instead of conflict, you get respect. Instead of drama, you get maturity. Instead of, why are you like this? You get, okay. What would feel supportive? Sometimes it sounds like, go reset, I've got it. Or, let's plan the week so you have your space too. Or, I miss you, but I won't punish you for being your own person. And it can hit you right in the chest, because you realize something. Freedom inside love is not distance, it's trust. But option D has a shadow too. Sometimes expansion turns into chasing status, the image, the achievement, the lifestyle. And you can end up in something that looks impressive, but feels emotionally vague. Another shadow, avoiding closeness, staying busy, staying in motion, staying in plans and goals, so no one has to sit in the vulnerable, simple parts of love. Because closeness requires slowing down, and slowing down can feel scary. The compass archetype isn't just movement, it's direction plus intimacy. It's someone who can grow with you and still stay emotionally present. Someone who can build a big life and still make you feel held in the small moments. So in 2026, your growth sounds like this. I'm learning to choose expansion that doesn't cost me connection. I'm learning to enjoy freedom without building walls. I'm learning to stop mistaking emotional vagueness for maturity. I'm learning to want more and still stay close. Option D means you're ready for a love where growth is the baseline, where boundaries are respected, where your world gets bigger and your heart still feels held. And you'll recognize it in your body. More energy, more clarity, less guilt for needing space, less pressure to prove, more calm trust, more we're a team, more I can breathe here. If option D resonates, comment D and one word. What do you want more of in 2026? Freedom, direction, or growth? If you made it all the way here, then 2026 isn't just another year for you. This is about living more intentionally, both in love and in who you're becoming. Your choice, A, B, C, or D, wasn't random. It's not a prediction. It's a clue. What's already growing inside you, what you're ready to reclaim, and what you're no longer willing to tolerate, in relationships, in habits, and in the way you treat yourself. So take it as an invitation. Pay attention to what truly resonates. Name your needs honestly, and practice it in ordinary moments where real change actually happens. If something hit home, comment your letter and the one line you recognized yourself in. Putting it into words helps it land, and your comment might be exactly what someone else needs tonight. And if you want more videos like this, gentle self-discovery, patterns, archetypes, and small doable shifts, stick around. More calm, honest deep dives are coming in the new year.